doors.
Welcome to Sunday Assembly. Those who have been here before, we like to get started with a little bit of music. So I'm going to turn over to David. He's going to get us started.
All right. I'm just now getting into coffee, so my brain's starting to finally work again. Big special announcement. I don't know how many of you know this, but today is Carl Sagan's birthday. And I don't know if this is planned based on what we're talking about today. This is just such a cool coincidence. So I thought we would start out today by singing Happy Birthday to Carl Sagan.
Yes.
Wherever he is. Whatever molecules are floating out there, wherever he is. All right, I have not played Happy Birthday in ages. Oh, no. Back to Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Carl. Happy birthday to you. So, quick question. Who is new here today? You are new here. All right, welcome! Welcome! I think I was going to say about what we do. We have really only one rule here at Sunday Assembly, and that is to have fun. We have like side rule. Don't hurt anyone. I think it's really the fundamentals of being a good person. Have fun, don't hurt people. That's good. Whatever that means to you, having fun, whether that means standing and singing with us, or sitting down or moving around, whatever works for you, take what works and leave the rest. We just want you to have fun, and we're going to have fun doing crazy things. So we like to start these with the Cheers theme song, where everybody knows your name. If you would like to stand and join us in this song, we would love it. If not, that is also cool.
Thank you so much. Next part of the thing that we're going to do here is we're going to say hi to our neighbors. So if you've been here for a while and said hi already, then that's great. If you haven't yet, take a moment to say hi to the person next to you. Tell them a little something about yourself.
Hi.
St. Paul, venue for the start. This is our speaker, David, another David, Ben. So, I'd like to ask you, are you from Twin Cities?
Cool. Well, awesome. Now that we're all a little more acquainted with each other, we'll be singing a couple more songs.
My father used to have a whole conversation.
We got some stuff lined up, so.
Okay. I'm just, maybe this is just me, I'm sensing like really low energy today. Is that true?
You had too much coffee, David.
I have
Yeah.
Alright, can we just do one thing before we sing? Alright, everybody just stand up for a minute. And let's just do shake out. Just whatever works. Do a jig. Like loosen things up. Like, just let's make some noise. It says woo. Hope you're warm. Okay. Hopefully that helps. I'm actually feeling really low energy too, so I need that. Alright, Alright, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. Not a song about drug use. Really not. John Lennon wrote this picture by his son Julian, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. And he really likes Lewis Carroll, so that's what these weird lyrics are about. It is not about drug use, it really isn't. I just wanted to put a disclaimer. Yes. Alright.
Picture yourself in a boat on the river with tangerines.
racing porters with looking glass eyes. Suddenly someone is there at the turnstile, the girl with the kaleidoscope eyes. Lucy in the sky with diamonds. 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 Oh, picture yourself in a boat on a river, with tangerine trees and marmalade skies. Somebody calls you, you answer quite slowly, a girl with kaleidoscope eyes.
Does anyone do this one in karaoke? What's up? Oh, next up. Four Non-Blondes, what's up? Karaoke? There it is. Oh,
That's it. Stepping in the universe.
the lyrics are, yeah, foreshadowing. Foreshadowing. Steve.
You didn't see it.
I'll make a track. All right, this song. All right. Hopefully some of you know it. Oh, yes.
Lucy
aside, if you want to really kind of freak out about that song, there's a clip on YouTube of the He-Man characters doing that song. And it's ridiculous.
Try.
It's ridiculous. So welcome to Sunday Assembly again. I'm Ryan Kate. I'm hosting this week. We try to mix it up and rotate out through hosts, so there's no one perspective or anything that's in charge of Sunday Assembly. So I think that's kind of a cool thing. As you may have kind of gathered from the first song, Happy Birthday to Carl Sagan, today's going to be a little bit about space, and kind of along the Sunday Assembly mantra of wonder more. So we're going to help you wonder more about the universe today and about our place in it. So let's see what we got coming up first. We have a reading from Rod Parks is going to read The Pale Blue Dot. If you'd like to come up right now.
Look again at that dot. There it is. That's home. That's us. On it, everyone you love, everyone you know, everyone you've ever heard of, every human being who ever was living out their lives. The aggregate of our joy and suffering, thousands of confident religions, ideologies, and economic doctrines, every hunter and forager, every hero and coward, every creator and destroyer of civilization, every king and peasant, every young couple in love, every mother and father, hopeful child, inventor, and explorer, every teacher of morals, every corrupt politician, every superstar, every supreme leader, every saint and sinner in the history of our species lived on a mote of dust suspended in the sunbeam. Earth is a very small stage in a vast cosmic arena. Think of the endless cruelties visited by the inhabitants of one corner of this pixel on a scarcely indistinguishable and inhabitants on some other corner. How frequent are misunderstandings? How eager they are to kill one another. How fervent their hatreds. Think of the rivers of blood spilt by all those generals and emperors so that in glory and triumph they become the momentary masters of a fraction of a dot. Our posturings, our imagined self-important, the delusion that we have some privileged position in this universe are challenged by this point of pale light. Our planet is a lowly speck in the great enveloping cosmic dark. In our obscurity, in all this vastness, there is no hint that help will come from elsewhere to save us from ourselves. The earth is the only known world. So far to harbor life, there is nothing else, at least in the near future, to which our species can migrate. Is it? Yes. Settled? Not yet. Like it or not, for the moment Earth is where we make our stand. It is said that astronomy is a humbling and character-building experience. There is perhaps no better demonstration of the folly of human conceits than this distant image of our tiny Earth. To me, this underscores our responsibility to deal more kindly to one another, to preserve and cherish the pale blue dot, the only home we've ever known.
Awesome, thanks, Rod. Coming up next, we have our guest speaker. Give you a little intro about David Cordy. He's our guest speaker today. He is an astrophysicist. He's a undergraduate research associate and a senior year at the University of Minnesota. He's studying infrared wavelengths events in space, so such as exploding stars and exoplanets and things like that that we can track through that part of the radiation spectrum. He's a longtime volunteer at the Minneapolis Planetarium and has been giving lectures there for some time to student groups and other groups at the at the planetarium. He is a Jack Kent Cook Scholar. He is also a member of the Astronomical Society, the Astrophysics Professionals and Educators, and the Computational Astronomy and Astrophysics Organizations. So, really accomplished guy. He's going to tell us a little bit about what he's doing over at the university. So let's give it up to David.
Perfect timing. Well, hello everybody. It's a pleasure to be here and an honor to speak to you tonight. So what I'm going to talk about is the status of the search for life. But before we get into that, I think I need to sort of remind everybody about the scale of the universe, and that'll kind of help us get a perspective on things. Now, we heard Carl say a few things. Go ahead and advance about our pale blue dots. So I'll show you a familiar slide here. Like he said, that's the only home that we knew of, right? So everything that we know about life is there, these endless varieties that have grown over the 3 billion years or so of our evolutionary track. Just an amazing, amazing place. So is it the only one out there? I mean, that's really the question that we're asking when we search for life. Of course, there could be life of other forms that we wouldn't recognize, but that'd be so hard to look for, we wouldn't even know where to begin. So we start by looking for life like this, like us. And you know, our home is 90 million miles or so from its star, from the sun. So that's the beginning of our scale, right? We're 90 million miles, 8 light minutes away from the sun. So go ahead and advance. But our solar system is a lot bigger than just from Earth to the sun. If you go all the way out to the solar system, to the edge to Neptune, and we're the last planet, it takes 4 hours for light to reach there. And if you talk about the actual edge of the solar system, what we like to call a heliopause, that's about 18 light hours away. And we just had an explorer, we just had a vehicle get there. The Voyager 1 finally made it to the edge of our solar system, to the real edge, and it's still sending back data. So after 40 years of traveling through space, it finally got to the edge of the solar system, and it's teaching us new things. We found a turbulence out there that we didn't expect. There's some sort of a weird sloshing around of the solar winds that we didn't really expect to find that are sort of rewriting solar winds, the terminus of the solar winds. So, you know, finding new stuff from these probes that were built 40 years ago and sent out, it's really some amazing stuff. But that's just in our solar system. And of course, there's a lot more than that. So this is our Milky Way. One of the more recent findings, we have that bar across the middle. It's only been in the last decade or so that we've proven that that bar really exists. If you remember pictures from about 20 years ago, you'd never see that thick barred thing across the middle of the galaxy there. But now we believe that to be true. If you could advance one more, our galaxy is about 100,000 light years across. And here I have some things indicated there. I've got our little home, noted the sun. We like to say that our home's located in the galactic suburbs. It's not too close to the galactic center where things get a little hectic, a little more dangerous, but it's also not so far out to the edge that we never get to see our neighbors, right? So it's a nice little spot in the suburbs of the galaxy, about 25,000 light years out. And there's also a lot more than that out there as well. We actually don't even live in one of these cool spiral arms either. We live in a spur. We live in the Orion Spur off of one of the major arms of the Milky Way. Of course, this is an artist's impression because we can't fly up above the Milky Way and take a picture down, but it's built off of the latest science, so don't worry about that. But then we can step, of course, one larger than that. So there's 100 billion stars or more in there, right? The galaxy that we live in is just one of hundreds of billions of galaxies. The latest in the Hubble data tells us that. And that's a really, really big number. A way to sort of get a handle on how many galaxies are really out there. You guys might have heard about the grain of rice, if you follow this, but if you take a grain of rice and you extend it out at arm's length, the number of galaxies that you're covering up is about 10,000. So that's a grain of rice held out to the sky, covering 10,000 galaxies with hundreds of billions of stars in each of those galaxies. I'm not even going to get into multi-dimensional theory where maybe there's more than one universe and all these other things, but suffice it to say, the universe is a really, really, really big place with a lot of stuff in it. So that means if you start thinking about the numbers of the stars, I mentioned 100 billion stars, 100 billion galaxies. That's about 10 to the, with 22 zeros, or 1 with 22 zeros after it. That's how many stars we see out there in the observable galaxy, or universe, I'm sorry. So all of that can make a person feel kind of small, right? But I feel the opposite. Like a lot of my fellows like Carl Sagan and Stephen Hawking, Neil deGrasse Tyson, I think they feel the same way. They don't feel smaller when they learn about this stuff. They feel bigger. When I look out at the sky, I don't just feel empty or distant or anything like that. When I wonder about the things that are in the sky, I can then go back into a room and I can read about it, or I can look it up on the computer, or I can use tools to research and learn more about what I just wondered about. And I not only then feel connected to the stars, but also to everybody that came before me that invented those tools, that coded those computers, and that wrote those books. So the fact that we can transcend all of this time, all of this space with a simple conversation, to me makes me feel incredibly connected to the universe. And being able to learn more about it sort of dispels the mysteries and makes me feel, again, connected to all those phenomena. So now that we have a little sense on perspective, we've gone all the way out to the edge of the universe. Let's talk a little bit about the actual science that's been happening right now. So Kepler was the big one. Kepler was a huge mission to detect Earth-like planets. The first exoplanet, now that's just an abbreviation for extrasolar planet, a planet that orbits another star. The first exoplanet was discovered in 1994. The Kepler mission was launched to try to find out roughly how many stars have planets. And it's just been amazing. It was a question that people didn't know about for years, and as we heard recently about Carl, we're the only world that we know about. People have been thinking about this for a long, long time. Are there other Earths out there? Are there other worlds? Well, for a while, it was people like SETI that were really interested in that. And great people, but honestly, by the majority of the astrophysical community, they're sort of the scientists that are laughed at. They're not doing the true science, the serious science. And the funny thing about that now is that it's gotten to be such a big science, this search for exoplanets, that all these stuffed shirts that wouldn't have anything to do with SETI now are standing room only in these lectures about exoplanets, and they're just fighting to get in there to hear the next and latest news using some of the techniques that the SETI folks developed. So it's really a great time for them to sort of be vindicated, but also just for science and the search for life in general. Now it's been embraced by the general scientific community. So what did Kepler find? We can stay here for a second. So what did Kepler find when it was looking out there? It spent a really long time looking at these stars, detecting gravitational wobbles, Doppler shifts, things like that. And at first it found 100 planets and then 1,000 planets, until finally it found thousands of planets. Such a big deal that this happened. And just in the past year, this has really been concreted into solid evidence. We now think that basically every star in the sky has a planet around it. The data from Kepler suggests that with a little tilde, about 100% of the stars in the sky have planets around them. That's